action I've ever seen from this USA team.
Did he do it again? Yes, he did! It's gone!
How good is Team USA actually? On February 5th, 2026, the World Baseball Classic rosters were released, and within minutes, one thing became very clear. This team was ridiculous. Aaron Judge, Paul Skenes, Tarik Skubal, Witt Jr., Bryce Harper, Mason Miller. Even Clayton Kershaw decided he wasn't done yet. I mean, on paper, this doesn't even look like a baseball team. It looks like an all-star game lineup that accidentally became a country. And we've seen this before. In 2023, Team USA was loaded too. Trout, Betts, Turner, Arenado. And it still ended the same way. Full count, 9th inning. Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout. Sweeper, strike 3, tournament over. That moment's been hanging over this program ever since.
Hey, quick pause here. I'm Jose, the guy behind Baseball Unleashed. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. Now let's keep going.
So in 2026, USA didn't just build a good roster. They built a reaction. More power, more velocity, more depth, more insurance. Everything designed to make sure that never happens again. But here's the uncomfortable question. What if talent was never the issue? On paper, this is probably the best lineup in the WBC, like by a lot. And that isn't hyperbole. Aaron Judge is the captain, a 3-time MVP. Last season, he led baseball in average, on-base percentage, slugging, and WAR. 53 home runs. Witt Jr. led the league in hits and doubles. Won a Gold Glove. The dude plays like his hair's on fire. And then there's Cal Raleigh, the catcher, who also happened to lead the American League in home runs. Just let that sit for a second. When is the last time the most dangerous power hitter on a team was the catcher? Like, seriously, when has that ever happened? If you got a player, drop him in the comments. Now zoom out. Gunnar Henderson, Witt, 2 franchise shortstops, 1 position. Corbin Carroll changes games without swinging. Kyle Schwarber averages nearly 50 homers a year, and he's the DH because there's nowhere else to put him. Bryce Harper at first, Bregman at third, Buxton coming off the best season of his career, Crow Armstrong with a Gold Glove, Will Smith with back-to-back rings. This roster is overcrowded with stars. 4 MVP winners, 7 total MVP awards, 10 players on the 2025 All-MLB teams. More than a third of the roster was considered top 2 at their position last season. Baseball America ran the numbers. These hitters average 5.2 WAR per player. That's the highest of any Team USA roster ever. And it isn't even close. So, yes, the offense is historic. Nobody's arguing that. But here's the part people always forget. We've been here before. In 2023, this team had Trout, Betts, Turner, Arenado, Goldschmidt. That lineup was supposed to walk through the tournament. They scored 2 runs in the final. 2. And that wasn't a fluke. Because the WBC isn't a season. It's a sprint. You're facing pitchers you've never seen, in environments you're not used to, with playoff pressure in March. American hitters spend spring training easing in, but the WBC doesn't allow that. Some players adjust instantly, and some never do. And when the margin is that thin, regular season numbers stop guaranteeing anything. So, do you think elite MLB hitters are actually at a disadvantage in this format? Yes or no? So, yeah, this is the most talented lineup America has ever assembled. But talent alone has never been the problem. Now, here's where this team actually becomes different. It isn't the bats, it's the arms. For 2 decades, elite American pitchers just didn't show up. Verlander passed, Scherzer passed, name after name just stayed home. So Team USA showed up with great hitters and average pitching, over and over again. In 2023, the rotation was Kelly, Lynn, Wainwright, and Martinez. 0 career Cy Young votes. Kelly started the final. He recorded 4 outs. Japan countered with Ohtani, Yamamoto, and Sasaki. Different level, same result. This time, that excuse doesn't exist. Paul Skenes, Tarik Skubal, reigning Cy Young winners. Logan Webb has led baseball in innings 3 straight years. That's your top 3. On any previous roster, any one of them is the ace. Here, Webb is 3rd, and nobody even notices. Behind them, it gets even stranger. Joe Ryan, first All-Star. Nolan McLean, 2.06 ERA as a rookie. Matthew Boyd, All-Star at 34 after Tommy John. I mean, even the 5th starter on this team would have been a frontline guy in past tournaments. And the bullpen isn't letting anything leak either. Mason Miller touches triple digits. David Bednar posted a 184 ERA+. Jax's sweeper misses bats nearly 1 out of every 5 swings. And then there's Kershaw, retired, 3 Cy Youngs, Hall of Famer, who came back just to wear this jersey once. For 20 years, pitching was the excuse. It's gone. For the first time ever, Team USA might actually match or beat Japan on the mound. So tell me, do you trust this pitching staff in a winner-take-all game? Be honest in the comments. But here's the uncomfortable part. Having the best staff on paper and having it perform in early March are very different things. In that gap, that's where tournaments get decided. That's where the problems start. There's something about this pitching staff that looks perfect until you look at the calendar. This tournament starts on March 6th, and that date changes everything. Because March 6th is not mid-season form, it's spring training. Tarik Skubal, Paul Skenes, Logan Webb, they all threw close to 200 innings last year. Right now, in early February, their arms are still rebuilding. In a normal spring, they'd be throwing 2 innings, maybe 3, against minor leaguers. Then they go sit down. That's not what the WBC is asking. It's asking them to face Ohtani, Juan Soto, Witt Jr. at full intensity before their bodies are actually ready for it. And somehow, that isn't even the biggest issue because of the pitch limits. In pool play, starters are capped at 65 pitches. 65. That's 3 innings. 4 if everything goes perfectly. So picture this. Paul Skenes is dealing. Velocity is up. Hitters are late. Doesn't matter. He's coming out. The rules say so. Which means almost every game turns into a bullpen game. By design. No matter how good your rotation is, your relievers are deciding your fate. If you're DeRosa, are you trusting the bullpen in a 1-run game? Yes or no? Now, here's where it gets uncomfortable. This bullpen has never worked together. Not once. No hierarchy, no rhythm, no shared experience. Nobody knows who gets the 7th, who handles lefties, who closes, who melts under the pressure. In MLB, managers spend months figuring that out. Here, you get a few exhibitions, then it's real, against the best hitters in the world. And the format just makes it worse. Games every other day, sometimes back-to-back. Lineups adjust fast. What fooled them on Tuesday gets studied by Thursday. Jax's sweeper, Bednar's slider, Miller's heater. They don't change, but the hitters do. And in a short tournament, familiarity is dangerous. Now add pressure, because nobody is sneaking up on anyone. Japan is ready. The DR is loaded. Puerto Rico is ready to make a run. Venezuela's deep too. And Mexico has been here before. Every mistake gets punished. There are no off nights, which means every bullpen decision matters. Every matchup matters. Every moment matters. Which inning worries you most for Team USA? 7th, 8th, or 9th? Give me a comment. And that brings us to the real problem. Not talent, not velocity, not depth. It's everything happening inside that clubhouse. This is a room full of superstars, MVPs, Cy Young winners, Hall of Famers. Most of them are used to being the guy. Now they're all sharing the same jersey. Who accepts a smaller role? Who doesn't? Who stays locked in after sitting 2 days? Who presses when things go wrong? Those questions don't show up on Baseball Reference, but they decide tournaments. In 2023, Venezuela went undefeated in pool play. They lost 1 game. They were gone. Mexico was 3 outs from the final. 1 bad inning. Gone. That's the WBC. There is no margin. So if Team USA starters aren't sharp in early March, if the bullpen doesn't settle fast, and if the chemistry isn't perfect, that talent gap disappears. The pitching excuse is gone. We know that. But what replaced it might be more dangerous. Timing, pressure, and a room full of stars trying to win in 3 weeks. So, do you think chemistry matters more than talent in this tournament? Be honest. Because if anything goes wrong here, there isn't time to fix it. Here's something no stat sheet can measure. 30 players, 15 different MLB teams, 15 different systems, 15 different clubhouse cultures. 6 months ago, most of these guys were competing against each other. Now they're sharing a dugout. And they're being asked to play like a team that's been together for years. That's Team USA at every World Baseball Classic. And it's the one disadvantage talent can't erase. Because chemistry doesn't show up overnight. It's built. And other countries already have it. Look at the DR. Those guys didn't just get picked for a roster. They grew up together. Soto, Tatis, Witt Jr, Machado. They've been teammates since they were kids. And Japan takes it even further. They train together for weeks before the tournament starts. Not showcases, not photo ops, real practices, real drills. Like a club team, not an all-star team. That cohesion just doesn't show up in a box score, but it shows up in the 7th inning of a 1-run game, when everything has to click. Team USA just doesn't have that. They have talent, more than anyone. But the WBC has proven something over and over again. The best collection of players doesn't always beat the best team. And right now, Team USA is a collection. On top of that, they're the favorite. And in this tournament, being the favorite is a curse. Every country circles the USA game. Every crowd outside Houston wants them to lose. Every upset becomes history. Every mistake becomes a headline. That pressure changes people. Guys press, chase pitches, try to hit 5-run homers, stop trusting the lineup. Instead of just playing baseball, they try to save it. Do you think pressure helps superstars or breaks them? Be honest in the comments. So, how good is Team USA really? They have the arms, they have the bats, they have the depth. But do they have the one thing that wins this tournament? A group that would run through a wall for each other? That's the question. And nobody knows the answer until March. So, how good is Team USA actually? On paper, this is the best roster America has ever sent. No holes in the lineup, no weak links in the rotation, all stars coming off the bench. It's ridiculous. But the WBC doesn't care about paper. It cares about who's ready in March. It cares about who holds a 2-run lead when the stadium is shaking and the other dugout is playing like their lives depend on it. It cares about chemistry that takes months to build, not weeks. Team USA has every advantage you can see. The question is whether they have the ones you can't. If Skenes and Skubal are dominant, they win. If the bullpen settles, they win. That's a lot of ifs for the most talented team in tournament history. But that's the World Baseball Classic. And that's why the entire baseball world will be watching on March 6th at Daikin Park. So, what do you think? Does this team finally bring it home, or is there something about this tournament that talent alone just can't solve? Drop your pick for the 2026 champion in the comments. And if you've been rocking with us, you already know what to do.